How you doing, people? Thank you for coming along. A little bit of an unboxing video this morning, today, and you'll see what's in the box in a minute. Well, you can see it's another beer from Beer Hawk, and it should be a couple of glasses and a beer runner or beer mat. While I'm doing the box, let me just tell you a quick story. This is the second time this has been delivered, apparently. A couple of years ago, I ordered some beer from Beer Hawk, two kegs rather, in one box, and Yodel, because Beer Hawk for some reason use Yodel. Beer Hawk use Yodel as their preferred courier company. They must have some contract with them or some deal with them. A couple of years ago, I ordered 2 kegs of beer. It might be last year, 2 kegs of beer. Yodel, so I tracked the parcel to the doorstep. I opened the door, nothing. Yodel said they're there. I said they're not, etc., etc. I think they sent at that time they sent a photograph showing the parcel on the doorstep, which is a bit weird because I thought I had to be signed for, but according to Yodel, the app and the tracking system, it doesn't have to be signed for. But so let's just get this out of the box first of all. So let's take this one out. So what have I bought here? Too good to turn down. This is 1 keg of beer, short date beer, which is Bud Light. Put that on the bar there. What happened was they emailed me a couple of times. When you got an account with, when you got the perfect draft machine, you set up an account with Beer Hawk. Other companies do the kegs, I do believe, shops and that, suppliers. But I got a 6 litre keg of beer, Bud Light, short date one. But I've been told by people on my YouTube live the other week that they should last for quite a while, so I'll store that in the shed like that. Too good to turn down, and Perfect Draft emailed me, or Beer Hawk emailed me and said, you got some tokens to use up, etc. Because every time you return a keg, I think you get £5 tokens. Anyway, I had £15 worth of tokens to use up, so I bought that. I bought the glasses and the beer towel for a beer runner. And all in all, it came to £10. Once I took the tokens off, it came to £10. So it's 2 including delivery. I think it's £5, £4.99 delivery, £5 tax, etc., etc. Add that up, minus the £15 tokens. All I literally spent out of my own pocket was the tenner, which wasn't too bad. So there's a keg of beer there, which is always a good thing. So getting back to that, yeah, a couple of years ago, these beers went missing. And give Beer Hawk their due, they didn't dispute it at all. They just sent out a couple of kegs of beer. And I thought it was a bit weird at the time, but just thought nothing of it. Ordered this, 1 keg of beer, a couple of glasses and a beer runner. I'll get the glasses out now. So the story about this is that, again, this was just last week. I think I've mentioned before that I've got the Ring cameras. I had a Blink camera, sorry. I had a Ring doorbell, which for some reason, maybe because we're south facing, the rubber button kept breaking, so I had about 3 of them crack. I got hold of some Ring doorbell camera set up quite cheap. And if you look at some of my other bird watching videos and stuff like that, you'll see that I've got the cameras all over the place now. And I quite rate them, they're pretty good. I didn't realise when I installed the cameras, and then what happened was the Ring doorbell kept playing up, so I got rid of the Ring doorbell and I bought a Blink doorbell, so I thought I'd have it all on one system. And what we do now, we have the cameras armed and disarm at certain times of the day, certain times of night. I didn't realise that once the doorbell's on that same system, you're disarming your doorbell. So the only way the doorbell works, or did work, is if you rang the doorbell and then it started videoing, because I didn't want to go off all the time, passing traffic, etc. For those that are interested, what I've done now, I've bought another module, a Blink camera module, so you can divide, you can install up to 10 cameras on one module. So what you can do, you can have one module with a couple of cameras and then another module with another couple of cameras. So I bought a module, I think, at £20, £30. So what I've got now, I've got the cameras around the perimeter of the house on one module. I've got a doorbell at the front and another couple of cameras at the front, filming the doorstep and the driveway on another module, which are running it all the time. The reason they're running all the time is because of what I'm about to tell you. What happened was the other day, I tracked the van on the tracking app, on the app, to my house, and there were people in the house. No one rang the doorbell. Now, if they'd rang the doorbell, once you ring the doorbell, it starts video recording you. No one rang the doorbell. No knock, no nothing. And all of a sudden it came up on the app that I'd received my beer. So, gone to the front of the door, doorstep's clear. Got up and down, spoke to neighbours, nothing. There's no parcels. Next door's car's not there, boyfriend's not there. There's no one about, it's quiet as you like. I went to the other neighbours, I went across the road, nothing. There is no parcel anywhere. Disputed it straight away. Obviously I got the ump because that's my beer, my glass has gone missing, but it's happened one too many times now, so I disputed it. I went to the Yodel chat, and actually I think I spoke to a real person actually, and they said really sorry, blah 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 blah. According to our satellite navigation, the van did go down your road, so basically they called me a liar, or they're saying that someone stole it. Check your neighbours, check this, check that, which I did do. Nothing. Got straight onto Beerhawk, who they then Yodel then turned around and said, well, really got to contact your distributor or the retailer, which was Beerhawk, God bless them. So I got in touch with Beerhawk, had a bit of moan at them. They said really sorry, and it turns out I've done a chat with them as well. They emailed me the next day, Yodel emailed me the next day, Beerhawk emailed the next day. Yodel denied all responsibility. As far as we're concerned, the driver went down your road. I didn't see the photograph, but they sent a photograph to Beerhawk, and there was a photograph of this box, or not this box, a box similar to this one here, and I've just opened up on the doorstep. But weirdly enough, it was sitting to the right side of the doorstep, opposite the doorbell. It was right on the edge of the doorstep. I've got no fence dividing my house and the neighbour's house. If I was at all suspicious, I'd say that someone put that parcel on the edge of the doorstep with the intention of coming back and grabbing it a second later. No one knocked on the door, nothing. So why wouldn't you knock on the door? Why wouldn't you tap on the door? Why wouldn't you ring the bell? It just doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense. You can draw your own conclusions from that. So Yodel messaged me, he said it's nothing to do with us, we've done our bit, get in touch with the retailer. Got in touch with Beerhawk, they apologised. I said, well look, it's not your fault, I feel sorry for these small retailers. I don't know if they're going to claim on insurance. I spoke to a couple of people who said they probably won't claim on insurance because it's such a small item. It's only 20, 30 quid's worth at the end of the day. But stuff like that going missing affects us all, because at the end of the day it's the consumer. They'll put the price of the beers up and the price of the goods up because the consumer will lose out in the end because somebody is stealing. Now, I've got my suspicions who it is. For the driver to drop a parcel off, stand there for a split second, take a photograph and run off and not ring the doorbell, to me, doesn't add up. To not send me a photograph or put a photograph or any notification on the app doesn't add up. Beerhawk had a photograph from Yodel saying the parcel was there, there's the parcel, proof, we've done our bit. So they've Yodel shunned all responsibility, which leaves only Beerhawk. Beerhawk definitely sent a parcel out. Beerhawk, I had to sign a form declaration saying that the police may get involved if they want. I've got nothing to hide. The parcel wasn't there. I say this. This is what I think. I think the Yodel driver put the parcel on the doorstep. Either someone's tailgating him and taking it straight away, or the driver is putting the parcel down, taking a photograph, picking the parcel up, taking it back home. The problem is Beerhawk stuff. I mean, if you've got a driver running these machines or they're selling these beers on, they can see straight away what's in it because it says Beerhawk written all over the box, so they know straight away what's in the box. They know it's kegs of beer. You can feel the keg of beer in there. Someone's took it. I'm not happy about it. I've now got my Ring cameras on 2 modules. One module is to keep an eye on the house. Another module, I've moved some cameras about. All day and all night, my camera is now recording any movement at the front of the house. I've got another camera recording another area at the front of the house by the gate. I've got another camera aimed straight down at the doorstep. If anyone ever puts a parcel down on my doorstep, picks it back up and walks off with it, I've got video footage. Because I'm going to catch these scum, because I know who it is. I hate thieving scum. So that's that off my chest. Beerhawk, good as gold, sent me another one out. They shouldn't have to, that's my point, they shouldn't have to. And again, at the end of the day, it's the consumer that loses out because they're going to put the prices up. So let's have a little look what's in here. This should be like a beer runner thing. And a couple of glasses, let's hope they're not broken. If they are broken, I don't have the heart to send them back. Or to let Beerhawk know. So I've got my keg of beer there. So for £10, it's not too bad. This is just your standard. I think it's well wrapped up. That's it. I think this is promoting the beer hook. Yeah, that's all right, I like that. There's the bar runner. What do they call it? Rubber one. That's a nice one. That is perfect draft. It's pour time. I like that. So we go on the bar. And then 2 glasses. Perfect draft. Standard perfect draft glasses. Oh, they're nice. Oh, nice. And they're not broken, which is good. Oh, a couple of glasses in my collection. So that's it. Little unboxing of the old Bud Light keg of beer from Beer Hawk. Couple of glasses and a bar runner I'm going to put on the bar at the front here now. Yeah, I just wanted to pop on, have a bit of a rant and mention the little goings on that's been happening lately. As I say, my Ring doorbell, the Ring doorbell originally, the button kept breaking. I may reinstall that, I'm not sure, because Ring are really good. They've replaced it twice now. But the connection was never that good with Ring, even if it's just to the front of the house to the hallway. It was never that brilliant for some reason. Couldn't get a decent Wi-Fi connection. So I've gone over to the Blink, because I have Blink cameras already, which I think they're both owned by Amazon anyway. Because I have Blink cameras already, I went and bought a Blink doorbell, and I've added other cameras that already, that system, so that system's up and running. So the Blink system is now up and running. I've got a camera on one module, as I said earlier, and the other camera's on another module, which means basically the more modules that you have, you can break them down so you have different times for coming. If you're wondering why I didn't want the cameras on all the cameras on all day, it's because cats wandering in and out of the garden, wind blowing trees and leaves about in the garden, causes the cameras to go off. You keep getting notifications, etc. So I've got the main cameras to be disarmed and armed at certain periods of the day and night, excuse me. And then the cameras at the front, as I say, on a separate module, so I can time them separately and do what I want with them separately. And they're filming as we speak in 3 places. So I'm just waiting for the next. Well, let's see. You know, I'm not accusing the driver, or am I? You know, when we went out the front door, it's delivered. It wasn't there. The doorstep's empty. There's no one about. The neighbours' cars weren't there. The road was quiet. There's no one up and down the street. There's no kids about because they were all at school. You know when you got a quiet street, unless someone's tailgating the driver and following the driver about and taking parcels off the step.
The time is 12:21 p.m.
Oh, okay, thank you. Didn't even say anything, did I? Being spied on by Amazon now. Look, Amazon's heard that we mentioned the Ring doorbells or something. They're spying on me. So unless someone's tailgating and following the driver around taking stuff off steps, I wouldn't have thought so. Got me beer in the end, got me glasses, I've got me beer runner, so I love, that's nice that is, I'll put that in the bar now. And thank you for watching. Any questions about the beers? If you've had problems with Yodel, let me know, because over the Christmas period we had a load of stuff. It's reported quite a bit in the UK, if you look on Facebook, and on the news actually, and Watchdog and programs like that were reporting I think every were pretty bad. We had some decent North Face coats go missing. We had parcels go missing left, right, centre, which we got refunded for in the end. And I know one of the drivers told us that they found a van full of stuff. That someone stole a van and dumped all the parcels up the road around the corner. It was on the news and on Facebook. The parcels were dumped in the woods left, right, and centre. So we had stuff going missing left, right, and centre over the Christmas period before Christmas. If you've had trouble with parcel deliveries, every Yodel, put a comment below. Let me know. Beer Hawk, if you're watching, is there a reason you're using Yodel? Should alcohol be signed for? I was talking to a friend the other day, and his wife had her nail varnish remover taken back to the depot from whatever company because it needed to be signed for, because it was a solvent. The gas bottles need to be signed for. Solvents, glues, adhesives need to be signed for. Anything like that needs to be signed for. I've had whiskey delivered before, it needs to be signed for. Why is it you can deliver these beers and they're not being signed for? The second one here was left by the gate. That wasn't signed for. Why are they leaving alcohol outdoors? I don't understand it. I thought it had to be signed for. In actual fact, I messaged Beer Hawk about it, and the woman I spoke to in my email was said, "Oh, I'm shocked. That shouldn't be happening." I think she didn't say it had to be signed for, but I said to her, I thought alcohol had to be signed for. She said, I'm shocked, that shouldn't be happening. According to Yodel on their app, it says your parcel's on its way, don't worry, it doesn't need to be signed for, we'll leave it in your safe place if no one's in, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm not sure what's right or what's wrong there. Beer Hawk, if you're watching, you must have had complaints, not just from me, you must have had other complaints about this Yodel service. I know the pickup service is a bit crap as well. A friend of mine around the corner said he gets his kegs picked up from the doorstep, which is a good idea, good system. Doesn't always work, you just leave them outside, they don't turn up. Did it to me twice now, they meant to collect, I think you can drop them off to the shop around the corner, but if you leave the kegs in the front, you arrange the delivery, they don't pick them up. They turn up like a day or 2 days later. So, another cock up. What is going on? Why Beer Hawk using Yodel? Beer Hawk, have you got some sort of contract or special deal with them? Or are they the best company you can find? There must be other courier companies you can use. All comments welcome below. If you're a driver, do you know some secret stories that goes on? Are us customers in the wrong and you drivers are right? Something's not going on right. Something's not right. If you've used Yodel, Beer Hawk before, let me know how you get on with it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Till next time. Ta-da, thank you. Bye-bye. Cheers.